What's up, guys? It is I, the Crypto Otaku, here again to talk about the crypto chaos and the news. How's it going, guys? We're almost through the week, almost into Christmas. Santa rally coming around the corner. Bitcoin back to 100K. How's your day doing? Man, I'm almost over this. Lost my voice again yesterday. It's coming back. But everyone's getting sick. Everyone. All of our crypto influencers as well are also getting sick. Let's get into it today, guys. Let's get into it. What do we got? Well, last time I was on here on Tuesday. This is what we were looking at. Let's get all of the dancing lobsters out of the screen. This is what we got. We had, of course, Bitcoin. We drew this little out here, this little chart pattern. We saw this flag, bullish pendant forming. Looking at a breakout right around, of course, our daily time frame in the overseas market at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course, 3 p.m. in the foreign markets. And yeah, it actually broke out just a little bit before I had predicted, right about there, actually on the dot, where I was predicting us going, of course, in the top of that channel. And we broke right out of that pendant, and we have not stopped since. And it looks like we're getting kind of tight in these ranges right now. Maybe retesting 100K here in the next few minutes as we just get the streams going. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin today. Overall, it's been a huge day of hopium, right? There hasn't been much FUD today. We had Trump out there on the Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange open, saying some things that, of course, Mad Money's Kramer, right? So we're going to get into some of that as well as the other metrics we look at every single day. Because you can't fade this stuff, guys. This is important. There's some stuff here. Man, you may not believe in the TA and all that stuff, but all this stuff adds up. It's all together. People say, show me the charts, I'll show you the news. No, not really. Not really. All right, so, of course, bringing you the bringing you the chart beat. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my voice again. Bringing you the heat map on the day for free. It's Kimba, the White Snow Lion. Anime reference for those who know. It's a Kimba on YouTube. I'm not endorsed. I just like to shill this guy because I love the anime reference on my stream. And don't pay for something you get for free, right? Don't be stupid, guys.
Are you stupid?
You can throw that subscription into Bitcoin. DCA, right? Or your favorite crypto project. Sui's doing great right now. Throw it into Sui. Not financial advice. Anyway, Bitcoin, of course, looking at it's already breaking down, as I said, testing that 100K level as we speak. So it looks like, and again, we just got back up above 100K here in the last few hours in the States. So it looks like the foreign market is getting ready to pounce. I would say that we're probably going to see a pullback, and there's a lot of levels down here that are going to get bought in pretty quick. We'll see how quick the wick gets bought up between 99K and 99.8. Those are looking pretty good on the heat map. We are going to see a little bit of turbulence as we push back up again, probably towards $101,000. So look at maybe drawing a pen at the end of the stream tonight, somewhere in those levels. We'll take a look and see where we land here in about an hour. All right, moving on. Let's get through it, guys. Let's get through it. Here we go. The U.S. debt clock sitting in at 36 trillion, 221 billion. What? I could have sworn that was only 100 and something 2 days ago. Maybe I'm fading it. Maybe it was 215. Either way, number go up in a bad way, but number go up. Of course, our national debt pushing 36.25 trillion into the end of December. Don't fade this, guys. This is not stopping, and our interest rates are probably not likely to see a cut. I don't think I got the win on that today, but or yesterday. Was it today? I think they moved it up a day from its traditional Wednesday CPI reading. But it did not look good yesterday. We did have the inflation rates in the inflation come up quite a bit. I think it was sitting at 3.5%, up from, what was it, 2 point something last time. It's up quite a bit. And when the jobs report was not good either. After the election. All right, so fear and greed on stock still sitting at 50. We covered that. This is like how many weeks now we're sitting in this 50 range for the stock market? everyone's bracing for impact coming into 2025. Of course, on the backs of the tariffs. What are we doing with the labor market? Are we gonna like start, deporting people? Like, there's some big things that everyone's looking at. Of course, the stock market's taking a look at, and then we're not, probably getting as many interest rate cuts here in the next few months. So that's the stocks. And of course, crypto fear and greed. We don't give a shit, right? We don't give a shit. We're still going, getting closer and closer back to 80 on the extreme greed. We're not stopping. We're not stopping because we know where we're going. We're not going to zero. We're going to a million. Everyone's waiting for that $1 million Bitcoin. One day, right? One day. We got some more on that too. More predictions on that too. U.S. dollar index pushing 107. Bitcoin also does not care about this as either. This used to have an inverse correlation between each other and Bitcoin. Dollar go up, Bitcoin go down. Doesn't seem to matter anymore. I think we're out of that period of time like we saw back in 2021 and 2022. Of course, we got crypto bubbles. Everything kind of looking good now on the day. There is some weird news coming out of Doge. It's only down 1% now, but we'll get into that. We got covered here in the news section. Everything looking pretty good today. Sui's up a bit. Made a new all-time high today, almost near $5. This coin has not stopped running. It's up over 100% in the last few months. This coin was just a couple dollars not that long ago, and even $1 a few months ago. So it's amazing to see that happening. Link is up 20% today. What? I faded that. Wow. I still got a big bag of Link, but damn, I did not see that happen today. I guess I'm doing myself a favor and not looking at my bags every second. You guys should probably take a minute and not do that either. Up 20 grand, up, down 30 grand, up, down. It's better not to look all the time. Virtuals protocol up to, wow, it's 67 in market cap ranking now. That's crazy. Up 12% on the day. It's been a while since we've seen Lido move that big as well. 17%, up 71. Jasmine had a little bit of a pullback today too. Looks like it's down to 69 in rank. It's not too bad. But it had a big pullback from its all year-to-date high around 5 cents. Not a bad place to pick it up, in my opinion, if you guys haven't already. I'm probably, honestly, I'm looking at finishing up my big video game collection sale. Almost done. Paperwork's already filed. Everything, we're good to go. Just waiting on the money. And probably going to be honestly looking at a big bag of Jasmine and a big bag of Sui before the end of the year. We're going to get into that probably next week. By the end of next week, I'll have an answer for you guys. Is where I think, of course, the 10Xs still are within the top 100. Again, safer 10Xs. They are out there. They still exist. Very far and few between, but they're still there. All right. We'll get into that as well at some point, but probably not until next week. I might give you my my current up-to-date list, but it is still a little bit behind. I think it's a week behind. But we'll do a shout out to some of those coins. We got, of course, market cap BTC's dominance. We still have not come down from 55%. We actually went up a little bit from the last time we covered this. At 56 again now. I think the highest we were at 57. Just roughly. So we're not stopping. Bitcoin's not stopping. And until Bitcoin just cools its tits, man. Gotta cool those tits. Put them out. Pour some water on them. Jesus. And then we're going to see the altcoins run, right? We're going to see the altcoins run. Man, I'm losing my voice. Anyway. This is my favorite key metric of the day, guys. This is, of course, how many Bitcoin are on all exchanges. It's a new low every single day. Nothing new, except it is less Bitcoin for everyone else to purchase, right? 8 billion people of the world now have only 2.23 million to purchase. Down an all-time low on exchanges. It's getting incredibly rare, guys. We only produce 450 a day. MicroStrategy is purchasing, what is it, 12,000 a week now? That's what they're up to? MicroStrategy is going crazy. They're going crazy. All right. So, again, my favorite key metric. Don't fade this one. Guys, when it hits 0, we're going to see the multiplier effect get crazy. Get crazy. Get stupid, right? Don't be stupid.
Are you stupid?
And start stacking if you haven't stacked already. We're going to get into it. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. It's an emergency. Make sure you're stacked and ready to go by the end of this year. You're not going to want to regret that. All right, top 10. Top 10 in our asset class, guys. And, of course, the brand new asset class, the newest asset class, crypto. Number 1, of course, granddaddy, still Bitcoin. Still looking at number 10 slot. Moving up a little bit is Tron, pushing back Avalanche a little bit on the week. Looking like the same chart, honestly, those two. So I don't think that Avalanche could be held back for too long. It's only $4 billion behind Tron in that position. And then, of course, is Chainlink, Sheeb, and Toncoin. And then Polkadot. Wow, Polkadot's holding on to 15. That's crazy. Might want to think about picking up some Polkadot too. I've been hearing a lot more rumors about the purchase on TikTok. And again, we covered that back in the summer. They're still looking at purchasing it. And again, this goes back even further, like a couple years ago. There was a plan from the very beginning. And look at that. Sue is right behind them, sitting at number 16. Of course, making an all-time high today. All right, so that's, of course, where we're at in the current top 100 and top 10 that we check out every single day. Positions are changing, guys. We're moving. All right, and then we've got, of course, Bitcoin treasuries. MicroStrategy sitting at 423,000 Bitcoin, which is actually, I think, higher than that now. I think it might be 430, 440. Getting close to 500,000 Bitcoin. And, of course, the big daddy of the ETF run is, of course, BlackRock's IBIT Trust, sitting at 530 plus Bitcoin. And I want to talk about Bitwise too, because they came out today, and we'll touch that in the news, but they're still sitting at about 40,000. ARK Invest still not at that 50,000 Bitcoin, as I thought they would have hit that at least a month ago. And China back at 190. I swear that was over through 200 a few days ago, and I think America was kind of pushed back for a little bit too. And we lost a little bit there. Again, them moving wallets around and playing fun games with their hot wallets. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there? Hopefully, they won't sell before the end of the year. And if they do, that's on us, I guess. Our country's so messed up sometimes. Okay, Bitcoin revenue price chart, guys. Bitcoin revenue price chart. Is Bitcoin dead? No, it's not dead. Is it in a fire sale? Hell no. We cover that all the time. We're so far away from the fire sale. It hurts, right? I love buying in that fire sale. Did we lose the tag on that? Yeah, there it is. No, I lost. I guess I lost the fire sale tag. Oh, it's even lower than that. Look at that, guys. We're gonna get all the way back down to like 65K to be in the fire sale. According to this current time frame we're in right now, you'd have to be back. Yeah, 65K. We're following that trend line. And buy zone is gone. Shattered it at 100K. Honestly, you need to be accumulating right now in this price zone, according to the Bitcoin Rainbow chart. We're not even in still cheap, hodl, or bubble territory. Those levels are going to be crazy. Will we even reach them? 300,000 Bitcoin? Is this a bubble? We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's move on. Let's get into, what do we got left? Top 10 asset class, guys. Top 10 of all assets in the world. Bitcoin still kind of shredding. Still ahead of the largest fuel manufacturer, the petrol manufacturer, Saudi Aramco. Bitcoin at a 1.98 trillion market cap, as it already went back to touch 2 trillion today at 100K. And Alphabet, Google is the next in line to get taken over. Won't be long. Of course, with the market cap of gold shredding as well, this was as high, I think, a high of 19 or 20 trillion in this year in market cap. I think it was closer to 19 before when we looked at it a few months ago. After the election, it has started to come down. And the ETFs of Bitcoin are starting to take over all the ETFs of gold in such a short time frame, guys. Not even a year yet. It'll be a year in the 15th of January, right? The first day we went live in this show was when the ETFs went live. That was my D-Day, man. That's when I got That's when I got started. And we're ready to roar, man. Next year's going to be crazy. Crazy. All right, let's get into some of the news. There we go. We got Trump, of course, ringing the New York Stock Exchange bell. Promises to do something great with crypto. I've got a video to share with you guys later, so I'm going to kind of skip this headline. But it is a huge, prominent mover of the market that kind of shook the market this morning. Everyone was freaking out. Everyone FOMO'd in. And, it just kind of, trickled down a little bit. So, yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. Argentina's president, Milei. Yeah, that's right. Javier Milei embraces crypto-friendly policies in a 2-year presidency, as he's changed regulation and all that too. I'm going to do a little bit of a speed run tonight, but I do like this one too, because we haven't talked about Milei in a while. It's been a few months, I think, since we really mentioned him. But the push for cryptocurrency freedom In his speech, President Javier Milei discussed his plans for the second year in office, focusing on economic reform, as he's already took the chainsaw and cut all of the departments out, as we're going to probably see in our country this next year with the Department of Government Efficiency, guys. So Milei has announced plans to abolish the long-standing cryptocurrency exchange restrictions, a move expected to reliance on the Central Bank of Argentina. Oh man, sorry guys, I need a drink. Sorry. I'm losing my voice still. All right, this means that the citizens will have freedom and to transact in any currency of their choice, including cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. The policy excludes tax payments, which will still require the Argentine pesos for now. The change still seeks to stabilize the economy, reduce inflation, and create a sustainable growth plan by aligning the global financial standards in Argentina. Notably, the policy emphasizes for free competition, allowing individuals to choose their currencies that best suit their needs. This aligns with Milei's vision of closing the central banks entirely, which he believes will eradicate inflation. They've already had, I think, what was it, the record low inflation ever for their country. It was like 2% or something like that for Argentina, which is incredible for their fiat currency, right? Milei's pro-Bitcoin stance predates the presidency, as he was very vocal. Yes, he was very vocal. I remember watching his campaign rallies in the last 2 years leading up to his win, ultimately. It was crazy. They were literally throwing their money in the streets. And I have a video, of course, I like to bring up every once in a while when we talk about Argentina, when they were defacing their own currency or tearing it apart, because the amount of the peso in Argentina was so inflated that the ring around their peso, you know, the little copper ring or whatever, was worth like 13 times the amount that it was actually worth in exchange for goods and services. It was crazy. So I do want to bring that up because I do like showing that video. It gets me giddy, especially when it comes to sticking it to the man. And talking about our own stuff too. I've got a whole bunch of crap on my desk as well. Like the nickel, guys. The nickel's now worth like 12 cents in our country. But guess what? You can't melt it down for its raw materials in its raw state. You have to use it as a nickel for 5 cents, which is, you know, criminal. And the penny as well. We produce more pennies, and this has been going on for years. Like I think at least a decade. We've been making these dumb coins that cost more for the country than they're actually worth. And again, penny. People don't pick up a penny anymore. People barely even pick up quarters anymore, right? Get real. People leave them in the shopping carts at Aldi. I made a video, a short about that. It actually went viral. I made like 14 views on that damn video. It was crazy. Over shopping cart coin. Crazy. Anyway, so I pull up this, as I keep ranting about our damn currency, I'm going to pull up this video before I forget. Where do I got here? I've got my YouTube show research. Here we go. Clips. We got fiat, right? Or fiat. And then in May 19th of 2023, last year, Argentina's inflation was 108%, right? Backstory. Going back in time. Blue, 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 blue. It was 110% basically. And 90%. Oh Jesus, what was this? Its interest rates were up 97%, and the metal in a $2 peso was worth $12. Just the ring I was talking about. This is what happened. Esta
moneda de 2 pesos. Le saco esto. Y esto solo nomás vale 12 pesos.
Cling. You can't do this in our country. Yep. There we go. We got $12 now. Out of that $2 peso. So yeah. How long until that happens to our country? How long does it happen for the rest of the world, right? I mean, we're watching this stuff every single day, guys. It's gonna happen at some point. Some more countries. It didn't stop other countries from collapsing, right? We're going to see the same thing as we did in the Roman Empire. And they were around thousands of years. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that's, of course, Milei's pro-Bitcoin stance, as he was, of course, rallying the troops and the votes on that as well when he got before he got elected. All right, I don't want to spend too much more time on that, but yeah, that's what's going on with Malay. It sounds like he's going to be making a game-changing legislation in his country or regulation for crypto in Argentina. Ray Dalio, guys, it's been a while since we talked about Ray Dalio as well. Wow, Ray Dalio, of course, huge proponent or pusher of the everything sell-off, right? That's supposed to be coming here in the next 3 to 5 years, and of course the Great Reset. Ray Dalio also says that the global debt risk is so high, he urges investments to be in Bitcoin and gold. More and more every single day, as we just got the news of our inflation being even higher than it was at the beginning of the year. It's not looking great. Ray Dalio, the founder of the Bridgewater Associates, has warned of the dangers of increasing global debt, which he themed the unsustainable, addressing as a financial conference in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, right? Yeah, Abu Dhabi. Dalio pointed out that the large economies such as the United States and China are already experiencing unprecedented leverage levels. Guys, we are living off credit. I know I am. Well, because I'm using that credit to buy Bitcoin and other crypto assets. But other people, the normies, right? The normies are just buying stuff with credit in the hopes of just getting by another week, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. This is how it is. We're living in a dystopian future. I talk about this every day. Dystopian future. Where eventually the robots are going to be paying each other with crypto and taking, all of our jobs. All of our jobs. Guys, AI is coming for jobs because you're living in a dystopian future. If you're a driver, a telemarketer, a lawyer, an accountant, a data entry clerk, a writer, a journalist, a receptionist, a bank teller, a factory worker, customer service representative of all kinds, guys. Every single kind of customer service representative is not safe. Fast food worker, like myself. Your friends, your family are going to be in danger, right? In danger. Even your spouses, man. Even yourself, if you're married, because there's going to be robots in the bedroom that can do things beyond your wildest dreams. All right, guys. So yeah, that's of course my dystopian future warning, right? Yeah, AI's coming, robots are coming, they're taking their jobs, and I think next 4 years is going to be incredible with this narrative, crazy narrative we're coming. What if they start mass deporting everyone? We don't have enough workers. Boom, AI, and everyone's going to take the jobs. It's got to be right out the gate. Anyway, that's my dystopian future rant for the day. So anyway, Ray Dalio, his forecasts are based on the conviction that he currently accumulated debt levels will lead to financial crises. He identified 5 key forces in introducing the global economy: credit, climate conditions, credit and funds relations, political turnover, and the country's leadership, international conflict, climate conditions, and technological advancement, like the ones I just mentioned. On these issues, he encouraged investors to concentrate on long-term approaches for successful management. Would we just have Charles Schwab come out last week and say you need to have at least 10% allocation to this new asset class, or you are going to be left behind, right? Left behind. Why? Because as we are learned this beginning of this year, right, with my favorite song of the year, what do we got?
That use fiat currency as a store of value. There's a name for them. We call them poor.
Yeah, you're saving your money in dollars, guys. You are going to be left out of the circle, the winning circle, and you're going to be poor. That's where we're headed. This is the world now, right? And it's not like it's a huge mystery, right? We've known this for a while. I mean, last year we had, maybe it was the beginning of this year, we had Jerome Powell even was interviewed. Everyone got super excited about the XRP, Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse interview with 60 Minutes, which was okay. It could have been way better, but the real big one I think that happened this year that actually gave some huge warning was, of course, Jerome Powell's. I like to show this one a lot too.
Sustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy. We're borrowing from future generations. U.S. federal.
A sharp increase in the national debt. 30 years from now, it is projected to be $144 trillion, or $1 million per household. The sharp.
Oh, it's absurd. It's absurd, guys. I love those clips, but those actually happened. They aired live television. No one's talking about them. And this is our Fed, right? That's Jerome, you're true pal, right? That's true pal. So it's a nutty world we live in. This is a reality we gotta face every day. And the people that are not wising up and listening to what's happening are going to be left behind. So yeah, just in, legendary investor Ray Dalio says, steer away from debt assets like bonds and debt and have some hard money like Bitcoin and gold, right? But which one would you rather hold, guys? Tell me the truth. Which one would you rather hold? Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's sad that we come to this, man. I feel like we've been lied to our entire lives. When I was a kid, I remember the food pyramid, man. The food pyramid, right? Remember that? Remember that big the load of hogwash that was all put together by lobbyists? That's great. That's great. Same thing with the money, guys. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Welcome back, Corey. Oh, yes. Let them pump our bags. Yes. Let the normies pump our bags. Yes. Well, they ultimately will when they get to the very end of this cycle and they start dumping it all in. And then will be our exit liquidity. And it'll be glorious. And we'll all make out like bandits and be wealthy. Yeah, it's sad but true. It's sad but true. You live and learn, guys. You live and learn. So yeah, that's of course Ray Dalio's take on that. Just more and more warnings every single day, guys. Every single day. Okay, and I've got a little clip here I'd like to share from Cathie Wood. It's actually brought to you by Simply Bitcoin. They put this together, a little clip of Cathie Wood, her latest interview.
President
are you guys ready for the Omega
is
channel?
leading what I believe will be a movement by more enlightened leaders in emerging markets who are trying to break from the past, the horrible cyclical booms and busts, and especially devaluations, which is a very relevant topic today. I'm shocked to see the Nigerian naira plummeting 50-60% over the last year, the Egyptian pound dropping 40% in March. I mean, think about how crushing that is to purchasing power and wealth of individuals. And so Bitcoin really is an insurance policy against what that is, which we believe it's confiscation of wealth.
What you need to be asking right now is, what will the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve trigger?
There we go. What's it going to trigger? Of course, mass FOMO into Bitcoin and crypto assets. It's coming. It's right around the corner. It's so clear. So clear. Oh, man. Yes. Ricardo Crypto says, may the parabolic bull run be with us, right? Yes. Where's my damn lightsaber, man, when we need it? Yes, make it be with us. BlackRock suggests 2% allocation to Bitcoin is mandatory for a diversified portfolio. Again, BlackRock coming out, and they keep making waves with these news, and they keep changing their allocations, but for certain people in certain cases. And this one in particular I thought was interesting because it's specifically targeting a safe, diverse portfolio, right? And they've already come out and said that you need to have at least 15%. And they said at the end of last year you need to have 85% to their investor shareholders and everything else. Like, it's crazy what's going on. Every single day we're getting a new number, but that's why because they're looking at, again, not everyone, not Bitcoin, a certain percentage of Bitcoin, and a certain allocation of Bitcoin for you is not the same for someone who has $10 million, right? Or $100 million, or even $1 million. Even if you have $1 million, you're probably not going to want to just throw $100,000 because, again, your net worth is made up of cars and vehicles and blah, 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 whatever. You're not just going to have $100,000 laying around of liquid assets to just throw into Bitcoin. So, again, I wanted to make that very clear before we get a little deeper into this. But BlackRock, of course, is the world's largest asset manager with now 11.5 trillion. Guys, this was 9 trillion last year. This is crazy, man. It just keeps going up. And assets under management, AUM, suggesting moderate Bitcoin investment for the balanced portfolios. This, honestly, Bitcoin is going to be the biggest thing for BlackRock ever, right? And the number one reason why is, everything else has been cash in. I mean, cash in, cash out. They're holding the assets. They're probably selling a little bit of the assets, but Bitcoin they're probably never going to sell. You are literally buying them Bitcoin, and then they will throw cash at you when you leave. So I know when people say it's not their Bitcoin, it is their Bitcoin. Like I hate hearing people say it's not their Bitcoin. It is their Bitcoin because they are not getting Bitcoin out with their investors. Their assets under management are not going to leave them. So I want to make that very clear too, because not a lot of other people understand that. When the ETFs rolled out this year, there were specific rules, and China's rules were not even the same. China actually had a better playbook, and when they launched their ETFs, a lot of their ETFs were cash in and Bitcoin out. So we're playing a different game over here in America, and BlackRock is winning, obviously. We'll see if maybe MicroStrategy will win in the end. But anyway, according to Bloomberg, BlackRock's Investment Institute has released a paper on December 12th, all right, saying that Bitcoin allocation is as of up to 2% is a reasonable range for multi-asset diverse portfolios. BlackRock's analyst indicates that 1 to 2% Bitcoin weighting in a typical portfolio of stocks and bonds would have similar risk profile to holding Magnificent Seven to tech stocks. I honestly wouldn't agree with that, but they're trying to get people introduced and understand the asset with a small percentage, right? So if you can't, and honestly, everyone is going to eventually have 0.5% or maybe 0.25% in the next coming years, because as all these big Bitcoin treasury companies are getting loaded on to the NASDAQ, like MicroStrategy just did, right? And the S&P 500, we're going to have just proxy allocation to this asset. Like, people are going to have Bitcoin without even knowing it, and that's when the normies will win and not even know why. So, and BlackRock invests big, of course, in Bitcoin breakouts, as we've seen. At the end of today, I can show you on the chart. Every day, the ETFs settle at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, right? And 3 p.m., we have seen this. Look at this. We've seen this happen around 2 o'clock. We've seen this big dip down from the rally we had today. And what happened right away? We started seeing this as the ETF started rolling out. And you started getting settled for the day. Started to see a little bump up. They're not stopping. We have not seen a huge, we did see a huge allocation, I think last week, or the beginning of this week, on the FUD. But they're not stopping, guys. They're not stopping. The Focus One says, hello, welcome to the stream, Focused. Of course, my number one fan and my favorite Canadian contact. How's it going, man? Did you see what happened in Vancouver? See what happened in Vancouver? Yeah, dude, like, you might actually be saved. I'm losing my voice still. Dude, we'll get into that here in the next segment. Dude, it's crazy what happened in Vancouver today. So yeah, anyway, BlackRock, of course, is pushing everyone to adopt some allocation to Bitcoin. As I've told all my friends and family, you need to have some allocation to Bitcoin. You don't want to be left behind. And this is a clear winner, right? A clear winner in Web 3. All right, that's enough of that. Hacker exploits Dogecoin vulnerability. This is weird, guys. This is weird. It crashed 69% of the nodes. 69% of the nodes. And Doge really didn't have that big of a pullback. I think it was 1% the last time we looked at it, right? 1% down on the day. But yeah, hacker apparently exploited the vulnerability of the Dogecoin network, crashing 69% of the nodes and raising concerns about security and resilience of the cryptocurrency systems. But honestly, how many nodes do you really need to knock out? I think it needs to be like closer to 90 something. You can't just, it's not how this works, guys. I always kind of relay or kind of to try to quickly explain to people, if you understand torrenting, right, back in the day, when I was in elementary school, back in, probably like the late 90s, torrenting just kind of came out. It was really huge in peer-to-peer, right, peer-to-peer, Bitcoin peer-to-peer, so it's a similar type of network, right? So basically, if you stop sharing a file, and they stop uploading a file, and you stop downloading a file, there's no more files, right? You're not going to get the file that you need, right? Maybe that's 10 people, maybe that's 20 people, but just because one person or 70%, right? Stop sharing that file, nothing happens. You still are awaiting a download or a transfer of that file. So it's the same, similar concept with crypto. Not all crypto, but you get the gist, guys. It takes a lot to really kill a crypto asset. That's why, even the solar flares taking over like half of the planet, right? Would not knock out Bitcoin because you still have 50% of the nodes up. It's just, yeah. So a lot of people don't really get that. But according to this news article, 70% of the nodes basically went down. December 12th, today. The exploit executed by Andreas Cole, a co-founder of Bitcoin sidechain Sequentia, demonstrated the network's fragility and raised pressing questions about the robustness of cryptocurrency ecosystems. Oops, I did a thing, and I think I may have just crashed more than half of Doge nodes, which is really cool to see that actually take place. But using an old laptop in a rural El Salvador location, Cole targeted vulnerability previously disclosed by the researcher Tobias Ruck. Before the attack, Dogecoin network boasted 647 active nodes per blockchain chair data. Following the exploit, the number of operational nodes plummeted to just 205. That's nuts. Though it has since slightly recovered to 315, leaving the network functioning at reduced capacity, right? And I think that's there's really only not even 700 active nodes for Doge. I think there's like 20,000 nodes for Bitcoin. Imagine that. Imagine taking out even 70% of that. I don't think it's happening, and it never has, right? Never has yet. Never say never, but yeah, it looks like that happened today. It happened from an old ThinkPad, IBM ThinkPad. That's great. There's the post on Twitter. That's awesome. That's crazy. I love seeing this kind of stuff because at least it tests our biases, right? It tests our biases. Oh my God, Doge forever, Dogecoin forever, right? Bitcoin forever, right? Until something like this happens. Then we have to really think about the future of crypto. And and like I said, I think it would take a lot more than that. And even if we had all of them taken out, as soon as one gets back online, we're back in business. So that's, again, my take on it anyway. And there's a lot of FUD happening every single day. But this, I think, was kind of like, it's a no-brainer. No, it's a nothing burger, guys. All right, and then, of course, we got a new prediction out of Mark Yusko. I wanted to quickly play a part of this that I've seen today for you guys on
I think so.
Yusko's. Basically, Yusko was asked, what do you think about Samson Mao's $1 million prediction? He's been coming out every single day and saying, all right, 1 million, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, yada, yada. You guys get it. What does Mark Yusko think? Of course, Morgan Creek Capital. I'm losing my voice, guys. Sorry. Is CEO.
Samson's a great thinker on this, and but let's just do some math, right? Now, the challenge I have with that is a $20 trillion market cap. So we just hit 2 trillion, or we're just under 2 trillion. A 10x from here means $20 trillion. Well, $20 trillion, what has to happen for this asset to be worth 20 trillion? So people have said it's digital gold, right? Well, all of the gold in the world above ground is like $12 trillion. Well, only half of that counts because half of it is jewelry and chalices and gold leaf and gold bars. That really doesn't count. The gold bars do because they're part of the monetary base. The monetary value of gold is about 6 trillion. So we're a third of the way there already. So the idea that the monetary base, if Bitcoin is digital gold and it needs to replace the base layer of gold in central banks around the world, 6-ish trillion is plenty. Now, you say, but that's not all going to be owned by central banks because there's individual holders. Okay, well, those central banks have got to buy it from somebody, and those sellers, people say, well, I'm never going to sell. Well, okay, but someone's got to sell for someone to buy. That's the way markets work. They can't make more out of thin air like fiat currency. So in that environment, Samson's point is interesting because if I'm a central bank and I say I have to buy 200,000 coins, and Tom Lee says there's no one to sell it to me, well, then I got to keep bidding the price up. So could you see a parabolic move? Sure, but the problem I see with that is if the monetary aggregate base has to increase so much in order to displace gold, what does that do to overall prices of everything? Probably not a very good thing. And what does that do for overall economic activity? Probably not a very good thing. And then what does that do for future demand? So it's all interconnected.
So as a final question, I want to...
So it is going to be really interesting when we do hit that. When we do hit the point where I cover every single day, where the amount on exchanges is basically dwindling, right? We were started at the beginning of the year was like 3 million, maybe 4. Even with before the halving, when we're producing 900 a day, down to 450 a day. Like, we are dwindling down, and the multiplier effect is going to happen at some point, and that is going to be significant. And if we're still fighting with inflation, what does that do with other, safe haven assets? We're going to go to the moon. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, I don't agree with the $1 million price point. I think that's still, another bull run, another cycle, but 250, I think, is in the cards, where everyone's already got that target. Will we be surprised with the strategic reserve? I think so. I think we will be. I think honestly, more than, that's 200. That's a $4 trillion Bitcoin to hit 200,000, right? $4 trillion. And how many we added? Like 2 trillion last time to the market cap, right? Since last time already, and we only have the normies on board yet. All we had was the normies last time. So I think it's going to change significantly. We've had only 1 year of institutions, and then we're going to get a whole other year next year of governments, countries, nation states, and additional companies. As the next narrative is going to be, of course, Amazon. Amazon shareholders are going to push that. Of course, of the trouble. We've been covering this for a few days now. And of course, I just wanted to bring it back up. Just again, this is the biggest narrative we're going to have out the gate in the beginning of next year. Other than the strategic reserve, which is already pretty much, I don't want to say priced in, but it's already much a given. That's the direction we're going. We're going to show a video later on that with Trump, the New York Stock Exchange open, and his statement, which shook the market right out the gate this morning. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon also says the bank needs regulations to change before looking at crypto. Guys, we saw at the beginning of this year, we covered it with the FIT21 bill. That was supposed to usher in the banks this year, and it was vetoed by Biden. Whoever was on Biden's shoulder, he was told to veto that bill. And so we did not get the banks in this year. Next year it's coming, because they're gonna have a slim majority or narrow majority through for the Republican Party. It's going to be a red sweep, so more than likely. And again, it was already voted again. Like, we had bipartisan support with the banks and the FIT21 bill, so this is a no-brainer. It's happening. It's happening next year, probably first quarter, if I were to guess. So I'm not going to say too much into that, but of course, Goldman Sachs is talking about why they're not getting in quite yet, and if still. They're going to. There's no way around it. They have to. This is the only way the banks survive, is to adopt crypto, right? All right, let's move on. Coinbase will surpass Charles Schwab as most valuable brokerage in the world, according to Bitwise. As I showed you, they're stacked. They've got 40,000 Bitcoin, under assets under management. Bitwise, of course, saying that, Coinbase is going to basically outperform all crypto lenders and as an exchange broker. So heading into 2023, investors could pick up Coinbase stock for $35. Today it's trading at $344, 10x from last year. It's freaking insane. And their prediction, of course, is Coinbase stock will trade above $700 per share in 2025. Now, I don't want to spend too much more time on that, but we're not really stocks or traders or anything here. But we are long-term crypto investors. And this, of course, Coinbase is going to drive the market here in the United States. And, of course, they're going to have a huge part into Trump's, team next year. All right, let's go on, guys. Let's go on. I got a few things I want to share from Twitter polls today. Right, Texas, guys, adopt Bitcoin. As they're going to have their state rep Giovanni has officially filed a bill to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the state of Texas. It's not the first time we've heard about Texas and Bitcoin. Of course, they're one of the largest Bitcoin mining hubs because, of course, we've been kind of deregulating crypto to death here, right? Regulating it to death here in the United States and pushed it out in New York a few years ago. They're looking into Texas. Bitcoin was displayed on the Vegas Sphere. Here we go again, guys. I think this is the second time this year. I think that we had another one back in July, I think. When did the dog with hat? Did dog with hat ever get on the Vegas Sphere? We covered that too. I don't think it ever happened. And then, CZ is out again. He's out. I keep forgetting he's out of jail, right? He's out, and he's saying that we should be way more. Bitcoin should be way more than $850,000, right? Way more than $850,000 right now. Michael Saylor tweets this. This is the closing bell from yesterday. Now we have the White House is embracing digital assets. We expect something around $250,000 for Bitcoin in 2025, as that is everyone's target for next year. Are we going to hit it? I'd say it's not bullish enough, in my opinion. The strategic Bitcoin reserve and the rest of the countries are already getting in, right? Here's the stock exchange open for the day. We're getting to some more macro and countries adopting too. I have that to share as well.
With crypto, because we don't want China or anybody else, and not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head. We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that it's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry, but we'll be able to do it. We have Lee Zeldin in charge of the environment. He's going to be giving us very strong approvals, I think, and he's going to make sure everything's good and clean and proper, but he's going to give us very fast approvals.
Natural gas, you're embracing crypto.
Yeah. So that happened today. Of course, rallied Bitcoin back up to 100K by the end of today. Then, of course, we only have, again, a daily reminder. I like this. Huddle 15 Capital shared this today. We only have 450 Bitcoin mined every single day, right? US Bitcoin ETFs bought 28,000 Bitcoin last week. MicroStrategy, of course, bought 21,500 last week. And Mara, of course, Marathon bought 11,700 Bitcoin with their $1 billion offering. US Bitcoin ETFs bought another 11,600 Bitcoin so far this week, right? And then announced a $500 million was Riot, and of course another notable Bitcoin mining operation. And MicroStrategy has another $28 billion authorized to purchase more Bitcoin remaining. Jesus Christ, we're not bullish enough, guys. I mean, we're dwindling. All right, let's keep going. Bullish. Alabama, too, guys. Alabama. Almost forgot about this one. Auditor General proposes a strategic Bitcoin reserve in their state as well to strengthen the U.S. balance sheet and serve as collateral for the future debt of their state. We're up to like 15 states now. Maybe 20. I mean, every day it's almost like we have another state, right? There's only, 10 to 20 days left in the year? I mean, what the hell? We just gotta send it, guys. Full send it. We're done. It's over. Jerome Powell. U.S. inflation rises to 2.7%, rising for the second month in a row. I think, without the exception of food, it's up to 3.5%. It's pretty damn high. Inflation rate, of course. I thought this was interesting too. I think this data is a little out of date, but look at this, guys. Every single state is suffering with the same thing. Just a daily reminder. It's been a while since we looked at the world debt clock. But yeah, daily reminder, right? Everyone's in debt. Everyone owes tons and tons of debt. And we're all sitting at our own inflation hell. Here in the dystopian future. Yeah. And the only one sitting at, I suppose, 0.3% inflation, which is, I'm sure, cooking the books, China. All right. Argentina's President Milei, of course, eliminates budget deficit for the first time in 123 years. That was pretty cool. The deficit was at the root of all evils. Without it, there's no debt and no emission and no inflation. A year ago, a degenerate printed 13% of GDP to win the election, fueling inflation. Today's monetary emission is a thing of the past. So he came out and said that. I think that was yesterday. Jesus. We still got more to go through. Look. Oh, I wanted to share this. I am not a huge Andrew Tate guys at all, guys. Like he showed up in my stream. I only started paying attention maybe a little bit this year, but he said something today that just blew my mind. Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. It blew my mind, and I think it took place right around here.
But how can capitalism function when everybody realizes this? Where's the investment? Who's going to build?
How can capitalism function if everyone realizes that all you have to do is hold the orange coin and you don't need to buy real estate, start a business, even work. I mean, if you have a large enough allocation already, you don't need to work. We talk about this all the time. When retirement on Bitcoin, right? Some of us can already retire on Bitcoin. Where's the incentive? How does capitalism function from here, right? How does the economy function from here? So be glad you're in early. And maybe be worried about when it's late. Because what is your purpose as a human, right? What is your purpose for humanity when we're all sitting around just collecting, shiny orange coins? So I just wanted to touch that real quick. If you guys get a chance, his whole entire rant was great. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Andrew Tate, but honestly, some deep stuff there. We've been talking about, of course, with AI and robots the whole year, but Bitcoin particularly... He's on it. He's on it right there. So yeah, have fun staying poor. Have fun staying poor. Microsoft, of course, shareholders. Yeah, that's on that. So yeah, Vancouver today. I thought I had it to share, but for of course the focused one, he says he loves Andrew Tate. The dude's a freaking legend, according to. I'll take your word for it. You haven't steered me wrong once, focused. You haven't steered me wrong for once. So Vancouver today came out and said. I'm probably not going to find it unless I type in Bitcoin, right? God. Maybe I did. I don't think I did see it pop up. Official City of Vancouver account. Let's see. Where is it? Just in. Vancouver is currently listening to hearings and its proposal to incorporate Bitcoin into its city. It's all been people sharing about how good the asset Bitcoin is, and everyone, of course, is bullish. Guys, I mean, focus. I'm super excited for you because I know how hard it is. Your capital gains tax in your country is insane. Was it 50%, right? 50% on capital gains on crypto? It's insane. I think in general, just capital long-term, this is just capital gains widespread, long-term, short-term don't matter. I think it is. It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. So yeah, huge news. I'm hoping that, of course, the country adopts it, as a whole. Maybe this gets the movement going like it is in our country, right? Every state now is starting to kind of front run the U.S. government. So hopefully you guys will see that as well in your country too. Alrighty. Let's get into the normies. What are the normies searching today? Looks like Elden Ring. Wow, really? Elden Ring. That's an MMO, guys. Benny Blanco, 49ers, American Monterey, LeBron James. Normies love their sports. And what? Normies love their sports and girls and celebrities and the video game awards. Oh, God. I remember watching the first video game awards ever. I had refused to watch TV since. It was basically just shilling a bunch of rap artists back in 2006, I think. It was bad. YouTube TV prints increase. What? YouTube TV price increase, huh? Interesting. No Good Deed, Netflix, Matthew, yada, yada, yada. Good gas, yeah, but Bitcoin hits 100K today. No one's searching Bitcoin. Troy Harrison Ford, why? Did he pass? Maybe a new movie or something. Trent Williams, Astrobot, yada, yada, yada. Nothing. No Bitcoin today, guys. Sorry. Of course, on the Richter scale, Bitcoin is moving downward in trends in the last 12 months. And in the last 7 days, oops, something went wrong. Google. The past 4 hours. Flatline. It's basically flatline. No one's searching, but Google. Come on. Bitcoin. Come on, guys. Normies. We need to wake up your friends and family. Get them some exposure. Looks like Bitcoin now is moving back up as we look at the heat map in the day. Moving back up on this little dip we had down to 99.1. The bears are in full effect, making a huge wall at basically 100K, right below 100K. Orders are starting to get placed up into about 100K. It's kind of spotty all around. We'll see if there's enough liquidity to move us further and further upward as we get the market open. I think Japan already opened. Germany's next, then China. All right. So it looks like volatility is still pretty low. Not much volume yet. That's what's going on with Bitcoin. So with that being said, as we looked at this, we tracked it on Tuesday. We were pretty damn close. Got a little bit of an early breakout on our first move up into that channel, or that bull pendant bopping around in there, and broke out. So we're going to probably do the same thing we did yesterday. Let's take a look and see. Clean this up a little bit. Oh, what's going on with Bitcoin? Looks like Bitcoin wants to try and hold this line here first. It looks like it's making a new low, higher low, right, at 99.2 currently. We're going to probably put it down there, maybe retest here in the next 15 minutes. We're on the 15-minute chart. No, we're not. We're in the 30. In the next 15 minutes. Looks like the wick is getting bought up now. A little bit. So that doesn't really give us too much to work with. Not really much of a pendant here either in the short term, since it kind of fell. We can create a channel and take a look at that way. Oh man, I'm still losing my voice, guys. Sorry. One day I'll be back in working order, right? One day I'll be back in working order. Oh man. All right. So we're creating this channel right here as we broke out today. And getting into the later hours, if we can hold that and we continue this trend upward, we will be fighting probably 101K by the end of the night. We can take a look here in a minute. We're about 2 minutes away from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will get a better idea. What else we got today? Sui. I want to talk about Sui, right? Sui made a new all-time high today. If you guys don't have exposure to Sui, I still think there's a possibility it could reach $30, right? I think it's not even 50 billion in market cap. So I wanted to kind of quickly overview this coin as well, because it's just making numbers, guys. It's adopted. It's been really quickly adopted for the meme space as well. And it's getting not getting cheaper, right? It's not getting cheaper. Moving away from some of the previous lows. I mean, we're never probably ever going to get back down to under a $2 mark. So don't fade Sui if you guys are aware of this coin. We were talking about it back here at around like $1.5, $2. I had a big buy-in around that range as well. And it's just doing gangbusters. It's doing gangbusters. I think this could be this cycle's Solana. Technology's already proven itself. Until we get some black swan narrative crazy thing forming, I think it's just going to keep running. It's going to keep running. We're going to probably see $10 before you know it. And this is one of my safer 10x plays, getting farther away from 10x plays. We already got back up to $4. Do not fade Sui, right? Do not fade Sui. Speaking of which, let's get back on the Bitcoin. See where we're heading here. I do want to quickly go over my top 10 picks for still. We're getting further away from the goalpost here. Maybe not quite 10x's anymore, but these are my safe top 100 10x picks as of a couple weeks ago. I'm going to get an update to this list next week as I am finalizing my video game collection sale. I'm going to be making a huge allocation to some of my favorite projects, and I'm going to let you guys know what they are, right? What they are. And I will give you an update list of what my picks are next week. So anyway, with that being said, my number 1 pick, or not, number 10. My number 10 pick is AVAX. AVAX, of course, being from last cycle. Did great last cycle. I still think it has way more upside to go. Currently sitting at $52. A new year-to-date high is right around the corner for Avalanche. I think it still needs to get backed up to $100. I think it hit $100 at the beginning of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, we hit that 66. We got close to it. We're not quite there, yeah. Not quite there yet, back in February. So we still have a long time to run. This is 10x away from this. Now is harder, getting harder, guys. As the first time we covered that, it was $30. So don't fade Avalanche. You just never know. You never know where these coins are going to go. And I think it's great project with tons of things being built on it. Like, guys, the California driver's license exchanges are departments are already using it. Right, we've got video games being built on it. You're going to see the most volatility we ever seen on Avalanche was when Off the Grid came out. We saw so much volume of actual usage, and the coin isn't even on the blockchain yet from the game. Like, can't wait to see that go live. Anyway, my next pick, number 9. So number 10 was Avalanche. Number 9 is ADA, guys. ADA's already made huge moves already, especially since we talked about it. Holy crap! Last time we talked about this damn thing was 30 cents, right? And my target was $7. I was looking at probably a maybe a 10x on it. Can it still hit $10? I think so. But my safer exit strategy was $7, right? We're getting closer, farther away from being safe, right? Safe exit strategy. You want to be away from these solid psychological numbers, right? So don't fade Avalanche. Avalanche, don't fade ADA. ADA's going to be... Man, the narrative next year is going to be crazy. The narratives next year, of course, with Charles Hoskinson informing our consuls of the U.S. Trump's presidency of crypto technology and the like, moving forward. All right, so that's my number 2 pick, and then I've got Dot. I got Dot on the list still. Where are we at with Dot? It's been awesome. Dot, I think, is a sleeping dragon. Not enough people are talking about it. It's still on the list to purchase, right? It's still potentially going to purchase TikTok, guys. Can you imagine what happens overnight to this token if the project does actually merge with TikTok or incorporates it in some way? There's Dot there. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge, guys. So Dot right now sitting at roughly $9. I have a $75 target. I think that's, it's, again, not quite psychological level. Maybe people are aiming for $100 Dot. I want to be in and out safe for at least a 10x. And we're already far away from a 10x now for a safer exit strategy, as we were looking at $7 Dot just a couple weeks ago. So that is, that could be a possible 13x. If you want to stay out longer, you'll see. All right, my next pick, of course, is Polygon, another coin people are fading. I think it's tons and tons of use case. Last time we saw NFTs being built on this from Disney. Guys, Disney was associated with Polygon last cycle, 2021. This coin is, I think, again, another sleeping dragon. Maybe not going to quite do as much as, say, Dot as a sleeping dragon, but Matic is still there, and I think it's still going to do gangbusters. Somewhere between a 10 to 13x, still on Dot in the cards. Look at that. It's still, it's still 10x from my target, $6.75 at 6 cents, 60 cents right now, right? 60 cents. All right. Then, of course, after Polygon, I've got Sui, which I just mentioned. Don't need to dive back into that. But yeah, don't fade Sui. That's all I'm going to say. Don't fade Sui. H-bar. H-bar is my next target. I don't have enough of H-bar to be honest. Woo! Can you hear me? Oh no! What the world? Can you hear me? I think my camera died. I think all my USB devices just took a crap. What? All of them are frozen. No! Oh my god. Oh damn, that sucks. Well, I guess I'll just rattle off the list, and I'll probably say goodbye to you guys since my camera's just crashed. I don't think I can get them back up without resetting the stream. Thanks, Focus, for giving me the warning. I appreciate it. And Disclosure Crypto, talking about Gary again. Gary, of course, is the YouTube play for the Web3 space, right? So if you guys are interested in that, that's what he's talking about, that coin. I don't have a large exposure myself, but that's what the tension is for that coin. Anyway, so HBAR is the next one I had on the list, which I'm looking at least a 10 to 15x. I think it's still too early for HBAR. I mean, we had a huge pump. Fetch is the next one in line. Render, and of course your boy. I have to shill it, Jasmine, which I think is still got at least a 20x safely. And a 10 cent Jasmine by the end of December, still in the cards. That's been my call all year. I would be super happy if that happens. Maybe 8, 9, or 10 cent Jasmine by the end of the year is possible, in my opinion, as we start to see Bitcoin slow the heck down and give us a good old-fashioned altcoin run. Oh, nice. So, yeah, those are my top 10 picks. Still, I want to update you guys next week. On my updated list. And Doge is Doge, of course, is the runner-up as well. I think you're going to have some allocation to Doge for, of course, the next cabinet. It's going to be a huge narrative, I'm telling you. Whether you like it or not, this coin's going to do something. And then Laura Luther, shout out to the chat, just catching up. Laura Luther says, what do I think about AMP? I actually really liked AMP back in the last bull run. I threw a bunch of money there. Hell, hasn't done too much for me, but I did start to see it start to move. But I don't have a huge bag of it anymore. I've rolled it into some better performers a few weeks ago or months ago. But I still like the platform. That AMP and what's the other one? AMP was the reason why I liked AMP back in 2021. It was actually one of the rumored coins to be associated with Amazon back in 2021. So I didn't know if that narrative may still be a thing. It may be lingering out there. But yeah, that's my 10 cents or my 10 sats on AMP. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry my damn cameras are broken. They're all down. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. Right? And don't forget what's best.
Which one's the best crypto?
There's no second best, guys.
The best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
And don't be stupid, right? Don't be stupid, guys. Don't sell your bags before the bull run. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. And yeah, stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. This is Crypto Otaku signing out. Later.
Bet.